Welcome back to the Jar of Pain podcast. My name is Matt.
My name is Ben.
This is the last one. This is the last podcast we will be doing together. Right before this, I said, Ben, don't tell him right away.
We're gonna let him sweat it out,
And then for some
and
reason,
then you just bust.
I had to just do it. Why is the last one? Why does anything end? Let's not get too heady about it. We broke up. We've been making love for a year now, and we broke up.
It's amicable.
It's amicable. But the real reason, there's really no good reason except we don't want to do it anymore, which is a fine reason.
Yeah, it's just a lot more. It's a lot of work for Matt.
It's a lot of work for me.
Not a lot for me, but
Not a lot for you, but you have a new job. Do you want to
I
tell
have
him
a new
about that?
job. I'm a delivery boy.
He's a delivery boy.
I deliver boys.
That's in the alleyways, not in the hospitals. You're like a second rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Well-
tunnels of the park.
Maybe not alleyways or tunnels, like locations that you can see the boys, but I deliver now.
Yeah. He's a delivery boy now. I'm not. But it's just a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And I appreciate everyone who's ever listened, came to a show. We've had a lot of fun. We've made a lot of people laugh. We've had a lot of great times. We've answered a lot of questions. I still have all these questions.
He does. I'm looking at the bucket right
And I don't
now.
know what I'm going to do with them. It feels weird to throw them out.
Yeah, that's just you. I would have burned those in an effigy. I would have had that effigy ready tonight.
It's like a year and a half of my life. A big part of my life. I'm just going to throw them out?
I'm telling you, effigy.
What's an effigy?
Effigy, it's like a thing you burn. It's like a sacrifice. It's like a ritual component. And then you put you tie a feeling to it in hopes that it manifests.
What if I got 700 Chinese lanterns and I tied a question to each one? I should have counted how many. That would have been nice.
Do those burn up in the air?
No, they just ruined someone's day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, brother. No, I don't think they burn up in the air. I think they just go until they stop, and then it's just a long form of littering.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like littering, but you feel fine about it.
So instead of throwing your bottle of Mountain Dew out the window,
You
just
could
tie it to a Chinese fire lantern.
Yeah.
And then that's someone else's problem.
Yep. It's fun when you see them go off, though, because people usually do it as an event. And so you're like, in the distance, you just see all these lanterns, and it's so beautiful. But it's just a lot of trash. It's just trash that floats.
Nice.
And I think we've
Nice.
probably brought this up before. You know what being a 90s kid was all about? Balloon releases. Did you ever do a balloon release?
It sounds familiar.
Like in elementary school, like you celebrate something and everyone in the school gets a balloon and you release it at one time.
Ah.
And it just goes and goes and goes so you can't see it anymore. And then it's just somebody picks it up somewhere. I don't know who picks it up. Not me. I'm a child.
That's true. I just let the balloons go. The adults are the ones who are giving me permission.
Yes. But we did it for all sorts of things. Kid got cancer in our school. Kid free from cancer in our school. Same kid. That's two right there. Celebrations. Last day of school. We did a lot of balloon releases. The Altoona balloon budget was ballooned.
Out of control.
Yeah. But it was fun though.
Hell yeah. I don't remember nearly as many balloon releases, but I feel like it happened.
Yeah. I feel like it's a pretty 90s thing for people of our generation. Because helium, they don't do them anymore. And I would wager it's because helium's a finite resource that's running out and it's expensive. As someone who used to have to help buy helium for his job for testing, do you know where most of the helium is?
Space.
Ukraine, baby.
Oh.
It's been tough to get helium. It's been some bad helium years.
Awkward. Maybe that's why Russia's invading. They just want to keep throwing parties. They want
Yeah.
to keep doing balloon releases.
Well, and the helium in the balloon, that's a low grade of helium. That's still, I think it's like $100 for a tank of that. But you're talking the helium we use. Ooh, pure grade Ukrainian helium. That shit's expensive.
It's top tier helium.
It's kind of like light bulbs. Like we're running out of tungsten. That's why we've switched light bulbs. Have you noticed we've switched to LED?
Yeah.
It's because we ran out of the metal filament.
Oh shit.
We just don't really have it anymore.
Yeah.
Burns out. You can buy tungsten. It's just really expensive.
Yeah.
Because humans are really good at just like consuming. You're not putting tungsten in the air, that's for sure.
Did you ever hear about that weapon they had? It was like an idea. I don't know if it works in theory or not, but basically they take these giant rods of tungsten, like giant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like electrical pole size.
Okay.
And then they drop them from like orbit. And then when it hits the ground, it has like the same impact as like a nuclear bomb. Don't know if it's true, but I know that the effect is supposed to, like, when it hits, it's just like, but
Why? Because the tungsten.
because the impact.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why they got to use tungsten?
I think because of its density or something.
It's density.
Yeah.
You're a scientist.
You know?
Well, since it's the last one, let's answer the rest. You can put a question at jarofpain.com until I quit the subscription on the 20th. So if you want to leave us a message, you have until July 20th.
July 20th.
That's when the subscription runs out.
Next week.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday.
This is the
The last day the website will be up. I have to change my Instagram bio. Maybe we shouldn't quit this thing.
Yeah.
No, I think we should.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's crazy. You're like, I don't know if I want to edit my Instagram profile. Instead, let me spend 2 hours editing.
Yeah. We're still friends, by the way.
Yeah, we're still buddies. This was agreed. We had lunch yesterday.
We had tacos.
And we both just looked at each other,
Said,
and I was like, "So, what do you want to do?"
So we're done here.
And I was smiling because I knew what the answer was going to be, and Matt, I feel like, also knew what the answer.
I knew. I actually didn't think you'd want to stop it.
Yeah.
And then you brought it up, and I'm like, thank God. I don't
Well,
have to convince him.
I knew that.
It's also been super busy.
Yeah, you've been.
I've
super
been gone
busy.
every weekend.
Yeah.
The summers are fucking stupid. You wait all year for like these wonderful, beautiful days, and then all your friends want to do stuff. And your family, and it's all like the annual stuff, like the annual trip to the cabin. It was my friend's birthday, which was fun. We got a limo.
A bunch of assholes.
Yeah, it's stupid. All right.
First question.
Without further
First
of the last.
Susie Q. What is the difference between a schedule, a routine, and a habit?
Huh.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. My dad didn't have a heroin schedule.
Hey, that's
comedy.
pouring out for his dad one last time.
Pour it out into a spoon and heat it up.
What's the difference between a habit, routine, and a schedule?
Well, habit is something it's like,
It's a bad habit.
it's instinctual.
Biting your fingernails.
It's reflexive.
Habit.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about it. You're thoughtless with the intention.
Yeah.
Routine and schedule. Aren't those? Well, your schedule can change.
A schedule can change. A routine is something you need to do and keep up to maintain a good
My work schedule
blah, blah, blah.
can change. Whereas, like, at 1 p.m. today, I have a meeting.
Yeah.
At I got to be there.
Yeah.
My work routine is I go to work Monday through Friday.
I think that could still be schedule. But the way I was thinking was like a routine is like something you do to keep yourself sharp. You know what I mean? To get yourself set up.
Like
ready.
after work, I play Rocket League for about 45 minutes every day.
Right, that after work routine. Well, aftercare routine.
Yeah.
Care routine?
Yeah. When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, I get dressed. That's routine.
Exactly.
Not a schedule.
Schedule, you can change your schedule.
Yeah.
You can change your schedule, doesn't even matter. Routine, you need the routine. Habit, drugs.
Yeah, habits. Okay. All right.
This is the last episode. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I'm going to keep this thing going if you don't get another question out of there. I'm going to beg and plead you.
All right. Second to last question. What is the most obscure piece of media that you genuinely enjoy?
Hour-long compilations of 90s advertisements.
I mean, yeah, that's you. That's definitely you.
Yeah, Nickelodeon Magazine, please. You ever seen that one?
You're on a mission. to get Nickelodeon Magazine. It's packed with celebrity interviews and comics and puzzles and great stuff to collect. But only a real live grown-up can call to order it for you. Of course, you can think of a nice, polite way to ask.
Nickelodeon Magazine, please.
Nickelodeon Magazine, please.
You never know who will pop in, what will pop out, and it's so good, you'll eat it all up. And you can get Nickelodeon Magazine delivered to your door. 6 issues for $9.97. Credit cards are accepted. And grown-ups know it's filled with fun and interesting facts for growing minds.
Unbelievable!
So don't just stand there.
Nickelodeon!
There are lots of ways to show you really want Nickelodeon Magazine. How?
Oh, you'll think of something. Nickelodeon Magazine, please.
No.
Nickelodeon Magazine, please.
I don't go onto YouTube.
You never know what will pop in,
to
what will
watch
pop out.
Hour-long compilations of 90s commercials.
I liked it'll be like hour-long broadcasts like ABC Family, November 11th, 1994. You know,
Yeah.
and it's fun from 7 to 9. And it's just like it's like a portal back in time, you know? And the commercials are hilarious. I can't believe we bought anything back then. They're
Oh,
ridiculous.
the way that they captured the way we felt in the moment trying to open a jar and we just couldn't.
Yeah.
And then it dropped and we were frustrated. The way they managed to capture that with no
They
exaggeration, with
pinpointed.
complete accuracy
Yeah.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Recently, like within the last month, I've become I painted a Warhammer miniature.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ben,
Here's the thing too.
you've had no job.
Here's the thing. I liked it.
Do you play the game?
Absolutely not. I can't stand tabletop games, but I enjoy the Warhammer universe.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's like a little arts and crafty thing. And dude, it felt so good. It was so
How tiny is
calming.
the paintbrush?
The paintbrush is about the size of a regular paintbrush,
Okay.
but the mini's like, dude, let me show you because it's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. And
I
then
didn't do anything crazy.
and then text that to me so I can. Actually, that's kind of dope,
it's
dude.
pretty dope, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm telling you.
Send that to me.
I will send it to you. Yes.
Okay. Today,
Okay. I will.
because when I'm after this, I'm editing this.
Like, dude, it was just so cathartic. And here's
Did
the
you put on
problem,
little
though.
music like?
I mean, I had my playlist on. I didn't have that music on. I wish I did. But it felt more whimsical.
That's that's a song called the Cleaner from Toy Story 2. Remember when Woody's all beaten up and the cleaner comes in?
Yeah. Very Danny Elfman. What is the worst way to leave a party? Overdose?
Yeah, death. Shooting everyone in the room with a gun.
Just slapping grandmas. Just slapping grandmas and fucking. You're like, I'm out this graduation party.
Slap. Slapping grandma's ass.
Slapping grandma's ass.
Actually, depending on the grandma, that's pretty funny.
True.
You're like, see you later, Grams.
And
A real heater on the cheeks.
then you give it a good squeeze too at the same time.
Yeah.
Want a slap, squeeze, release. A slap
slap-
and release, if you will.
A slap and release. Yeah, that's nice. Title. Well, I know the title of this
So-
one. Title Jar of Pain 51. We're never doing this again. Soak it in, folks.
Not to be dramatic. Yeah, I mean, death is, slapping the elderly.
You know what's worse than like a drug overdose death though? Like choking on a hot dog.
Brother.
You're at a 4th of July party. Everyone's
Choking?
having a great time. You take a big old bite of that wiener, choke. No one knows the Heimlich. They can't get it out. Everyone's panicked. They all feel like it's their fault, and then you just slip into nothingness. And do they keep going? The party's over, I think. I think the party's over.
You know,
And there's someone in the bathroom who's really drunk, and they come out. They're like, "What's going on? What happened?"
he just he couldn't control himself, man.
He loved those dogs.
He loved those dogs. So we said slow down, but he's like, no.
no, more dogs.
I've got more dogs, please.
You ever watch the Joey Chestnut intro videos for when he does?
No.
It's pretty insane.
15,000 generations of humanity, yet we have evolved not at all. Bound like animals to the laws of physics, shamed before the universe. And in all of history, only one man has stood to say that he will dictate what is and is not possible in this world. I speak of this man. For he has broken reality, and all of time pours down around us now at once, simultaneous and endless, erasing cause and effect and opening all possibilities before us. And the ancient powers are subordinated to their own creation, and they smile at his achievement, and they say he shall live forever. For he does not do it for money, he does not do it for glory, he does it for his people, he does it for his country, he does it for freedom. And the gods shine down on us now, and the gods shine down on us still, because of him alone, because of him alone. The Nathan's Famous 4th of July champion of the world, Joey Chestnut!
Comes in as a minus 5,000 favorite.
From the shattered wings of angels, from the darkness. Like, it is so over the top for a guy who just smashes like 77 hot dogs.
Yeah.
I think he did 77 this year in 10 minutes. Yeah, and last year he wasn't able to compete. Remember that?
I remember hearing some type of
You gotta lock
controversy.
in. You gotta lock into pop culture.
Yeah, would not say hot dog eating contest is pop culture.
Last year, Joey Chestnut betrayed Nathan's Hot Dogs and signed an endorsement deal with Impossible Hot Dogs. And they said, not on our watch. You are not allowed to compete in Nathan's Hot Dog competition on July 4th.
Oh shit,
It's pretty crazy.
that is wild.
And then he released a Netflix documentary. This guy, and he just looks like a guy who houses dogs too. Have you seen a picture of him?
No,
He's got a fucking snaggletooth. He is all beef. He's 100% all beef hot dog.
100%
If there's any man,
grade A beef hot dog.
if there's any man who is based on hot dog, it's what he is. He looks like it. You just look at his face, you're like, yeah, that guy eats a lot of dogs.
Man,
I had a hot dog last night for the first time in years and years. And
dude,
years.
I've definitely had hot dogs a couple times. In the past
Actually,
few
that's not
years.
true. I went to Costco with my brother, and I had to get a Costco dog.
I want to do that too.
It's good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly good for $1.50. And I tried a Starry soda. It's just Sierra Mist.
Yeah. Yeah. They just replaced the name.
Yeah, but give me a little zing. Give me a little.
Can-
And Sierra Mist not as good as Sprite. Sorry, Pepsi.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say it.
They tried. You know
Sprite. There's nothing like a ice cold Sprite from
Yeah.
a cooler.
McDonald's Sprite.
I think a soda from a can is
A can
the
Sprite
ultimate delivery device for a soda.
does go very hard.
It's crisp. A Diet Coke in the can, dude. Get out of here. We're Americans.
This is the dream.
Yes.
It's what they fought
A
for.
can so cold you can barely hold it.
Oh my god.
A spiky drink that makes your throat go scream in agony.
But just the pleasure of the agony.
Oh God, fist fuck my mouth. Oh, this is
Fist
fun.
fuck my mouth with a can of Coke. Diet Coke.
Fist fucking a mouth is just beating somebody up in a weird way. It's just punching them.
That is.
I don't think. Can you fit your whole fist in your mouth?
No, I've tried.
I have a small mouth.
I tried. I can get.
Some people can.
No, I can't. I can't even do that.
Wow, we got big old man hands
We
now.
got big old man hands.
I feel like I used to do it as a kid because like that was a thing. Like, can you fit your whole fist in your mouth?
Yeah.
I think it's just to make you look silly.
Well, it was.
It's like, did you know you can't kiss your elbow? And then you're like,
or the did you know if your hand's as big as your face, you're an idiot? And then they
Yeah.
put their hand up to their face, and you fucking go wet.
yeah, oh, fun.
My sister did that to her friend once because her friend is super gullible. And then after they both laughed, my sister went, "No, seriously though." And then she fucking put her hand up again. Wet.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, my school we used to do this thing, and it's so stupid, called corn dogging, and it's where you ram your knee into someone's ass and you go corn dog.
See, we would do that when they're at a water fountain, and we call that a rhino hump.
A rhino hump. That's fun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I sustained some light tailbone bruises with the corn dog trend.
You don't even have tails. What do you need that bone for?
Yeah, I've bruised the coccyx before. That's the name of
Pardon?
it's called a coccyx. COCCYX. Yeah, I was sledding down a hill and there was a sewer pipe at the end, but it was snowy. I couldn't see a sewer pipe, like a manhole cover, just in a field at the bottom of a sledding hill. Sounds like a bad idea,
yeah.
El Tuna.
Maybe put a flag on it.
And you're going fast. Fresh snow.
Mm.
You're so excited. You hit that thing, and I fell off a sudden. I was like, oh, the pain. You can't even sit. You can't put a cast on your ass, Title. So the doctor's like, just gonna have to ride it out, man. Just gonna ride it out. It'll get better. Ride it out.
Like, I can't write it out. There's a hole in my ass.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza.
Speaking
There's a
of
hole in my
singing,
bucket.
It's the last question, man.
We have to manifest.
We have to manifest a good one.
Yeah. Make sure you put the mic by the hole so it gets the...
Nice.
Yeah.
Mic by the hole, title.
Yeah. Beep boop beep boop beep biddly doo. Beep boop beep boop boo 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 boo. Beep boop beep boop beep biddly doo. Beep boop beep boop boo 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 boo. This is I lost it. I lost the beat. This is the last question ever, jar of pain. I lost the beat. This is the last question ever, jar of pain. There's a hole in my bucket, a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. We're never going to die. That's it.
Beautiful.
Wow. This is really like a scat.
It was
kind of like a jazz scat.
A little bit of a scat. A little bit of a skit scat. All right, last question. Last
Of
Suzy
all.
Q. Of all time.
This is the last one.
Of all the questions we've ever had.
Maybe we'll surprise you with a live show sometime if I'm poor. Because all I want is your money. All I ever wanted was your money.
Your money and attention.
Yeah.
This is the last question, Matthew.
This is the last question, jar of pain. I hope it's a good one.
There is always required for science, but is there always science involved in math?
Okay, so it doesn't really make sense. Isn't this just the jar? This is just the jar, isn't it?
Classic jar, dude. Classic jar.
There is always required for science, but this there is always required for okay, I got to get it clean. It's hard not to laugh because it's like so close to making sense, but there's like one pivotal
What
thing
are you
missing.
trying to do here?
There is always required for science, but is there always science involved in math?
I thought the other end of that question was going to be, but is it always required for math? or you know what I mean? Like
There's always required for science, but is there always science involved in math?
maybe they meant to say math is always required for science.
Maybe they meant to say math is always required for science, but is there always science involved in math? No,
No.
because math is like count my M&Ms.
Yeah.
You're not doing science with that.
You're not doing science.
You're just using your OCD.
Yeah. You know?
When I was a kid, I used to very obsessively. I had this fear that my teeth would fall out. I probably have a little OCD now that I'm telling this story, but I would obsessively make sure I was using my teeth evenly. So I would chew evenly on both sides. I would count the chews because I don't want any side to fall out, like get overused.
Yeah.
I mean, logically it makes sense, but it is the beginnings of a madman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember one day I just decided I couldn't do it anymore. It's kind of like this podcast.